Good afternoon, people. Welcome to the show. It's the Guna Tokes with me, Tokes, and today it's a bit of a special show. I'm moving away from the banter. I'm moving away from match reactions and stuff like that because over the weekend I was scrolling on social media, trying to avoid a little bit the result because Arsenal lost to Manchester United. But two major stories are on my social media. One of them, obviously, Arsenal, Manchester United, and the other one, the tragic killing of an American citizen in the United States in Minnesota. And obviously, with the World Cup being held in Mexico, the United States, and Canada, I feel that this is a topic we should be talking about. I mean, I don't like to mix football and politics. In fact, I like to keep them separate for my own mental health. But the worlds are going to collide in the summer in the United States. You know, FIFA had their inaugural Peace Prize not long ago. Infantino made a big show and, gave it to a certain president. And considering what's going on in the United States, I'd say that is probably one of the, worst choices in terms of FIFA have given a prize before. I mean, they've made some decisions of certain awards and we all look at it like, oh, what's that? He should have won or he should have won. But this one? Wowza. So we all know where FIFA stand on this issue because they are pretty quiet. We're not hearing anything from them. We're not hearing anything from most people. Germany maybe said something about a boycott. Gonna get into that later. But mostly people are quite quiet. I remember a lot of noise before the Qatar World Cup. I remember a lot of noise before the Russia World Cup. I'm not hearing a lot of noise before this World Cup. And people were not dying, citizens were not being shot blatantly in the middle of the street on camera. So I don't know what's up with that. The dissonance of these things is crazy to me. If we just even look at it on a logistical thing, the United States have issued travel bans against so many nations, two of which have qualified for the World Cup, Haiti and Iran. Whatever you think of Iran's politics or Haiti, how, dysfunctional it is, they have qualified for the World Cup and they are technically not allowed to travel. Work that one out. Ivory Coast and Senegal have partial bans as well. Notice a theme with these countries. And so if you have a travel ban, the athletes themselves can't even get visas. How are the fans gonna get visas? And then I haven't even spoken about South America. South America may not have as many bans against them, but there's a lot of Latinos, there's a lot of Latin Americans, there's a lot of brown people who support those countries, there's a lot of people with accents, there's a lot of people speaking Spanish. Hell, you're going to have people from the south of Spain that, trust me, I live in the south of Spain. Some of these people look like Indian or Arab, and they're all going to be speaking Spanish. I mean, don't let me talk about the rest of the African nations that are going to be there. I mean, it's a situation where me personally, clearly I'm a black guy, right? And I personally wouldn't feel safe going to the United States of America for anything, let alone a sporting event. If I was offered 2 free tickets to the final, I ain't going. I say thank you very much. I could watch from home. We'll get to that in a second, whether, what about watching? But I personally would not be traveling to the United States at this present moment in time. They're checking everybody's social media when you travel and go in. So if you've ever said what you think on social media, you better think about whether what you think aligns with what they think, because that's what they're looking for. I mean, a lot of the tourism in the US has already been hit. A lot of people are choosing to go somewhere else on vacation because, yeah. And so this is massively going to affect people's desire to travel to the United States. First of all, do people want to travel to the United States? And then if they do, their ability to travel to the United States. Are you going to get a visa? Are you going to get hassled? And then the ability to like survive and stay alive in the United States. Are you going to get arrested, killed, deported? It's a madness. It's a madness. I'm not even getting into what I think politically. I'm just talking about the safety aspect and the optics of having a World Cup like this in a place where people are being shot on the street. Sorry to be, so direct, but that's what's happening in the United States. And I can't just be quiet. I can't be looking at bans on my phone about United and then next thing a video of a man getting shot and not feel some type of way and have to say something. I don't have a big platform. I've got like 100 odd subs, but I just had to say something because these two worlds are colliding now. It's coming up. The World Cup ain't far away. And I see people, kind of getting excited. I was kind of getting excited when Nigeria were going through qualification. We're not going. Good for them. You know what I mean? In a way, if you're not going to qualify for any World Cup, this is probably the best one to have not qualified for and stay in your country and don't go where clearly you're not wanted. Because I think that's the thing. I think that's the message that a lot of people around the world are getting from the United States of America, that they're not wanted. And so if you're constantly getting that message reinforced by everything that's going on, I think people, especially people of different ethnicities to what they think is the normal in the United States. And so I just don't know how safe people are going to feel going there or how people are going to be. Should there be a boycott? Should national teams start saying we're not going to play in the United States? I mean, is that something that they would even do? Because, hey, there's a lot of like pride money, promotion, everything. There's a lot of money involved in this thing. The winners going to get a lot of money. And, that's what makes the world go round. Football is a capitalist sport at the end of the day. And so I don't know how realistic a boycott would be. Would it be better for everybody to go and use the platform to say something, for protest, or to use it for inclusivity, to use it to show the world how much better it is with the diversity that we're going to see at the World Cup? Maybe that's going to be the best thing to come out of the World Cup if it goes ahead in the United States. That the diversity on show and the joy of the game can maybe have some kind of positive effect. But I mean, it's just a bit dystopian going to play this big festival of football when people are getting shot down in the street. I don't know. Call me realistic, but it's just a crazy situation to be in. I don't know what the solution is, but I know that we need to start talking about it. I've seen a couple of articles here and there and a couple of half mentions, and I've noticed the mainstream media very quick to kind of dismiss the idea of a boycott and then talk about Qatar and Russia and try to, draw equivalences through everything. But it's not the case, and it's not so easy. I mean, I don't know. Eventually, people are going to have to make a decision, because this is going beyond football now. People just want to go and enjoy the FIFA World Cup. People just want to go and support their country. People want to be able to watch on TV without feeling guilty, right? And I should be able to read all the banter on my phone that I want to without having to see somebody getting shot in the middle of broad daylight, in the middle of a street, in the middle of a country that's supposed to be hosting one of the greatest tournaments in the world. It's crazy. Yo, football is just football. This is like serious stuff. And I don't know, I would love to know what people think about this. I don't know if this is even like a suitable topic for my chat. I don't know. You know what? It has to be done, because like I said, I couldn't keep jumping between the two images, the two posts on my social media without feeling like I had to do a video about it, because this is madness. Like, the World Cup, you know, it should be on ice. That's all I'm saying. I think maybe it should be taken out of our hands, and FIFA should do something about it. But like I said, on the other hand, should we use it as a way to shine a light on everything that's going on there, and on, you know, how good everything can be, and how good people can be to each other, and how diversity is a good thing? Because when did that become a bad thing? I like to have different, like, ideas and people around me. I grew up like that, you know, so for me, diversity is a strength. So I don't get all this madness that's going on, you know, people just trying to go about their day in the US and having to stand up for rights, you know. That's it. It's a constant fight for that kind of stuff. So I just had to say something about it. The World Cup, I don't know. Should it be boycott? Should it be held? Would you go? Would you go to the World Cup? Are you going to the World Cup? Does it matter what ethnicity you are and how you feel about that? Because I know how I feel. I don't know how you'll feel. Why don't you let me know? I'm interested to hear what you say, you know? And I know I say this beginning and end of every video, like, share, subscribe, but if you share any video of mine, make it be this one, okay? Make it be this one. Drop me a little comment, let me know what you think, because this is something we need to talk about, and it needs to be out there, and people need to really think about if it's worth going to the World Cup, risking their safety. You know, that's what it's coming down to now. Are we going to be safe in the World Cup? Like I said, I'm not going. Are people going to be safe at the World Cup? I don't know. I don't know, people, but madness. I just, like I said, the constant swapping juxtaposition of these things on my social media just spun me out a little bit. So I had to come in here and say something. But like I said, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. I'll see you next time, people. Keep safe. Take it easy. Peace. Bye.